Colin and Samir. Try and tell a story with your video, whatever it is you're making. If possible, try and create some tension or introduce a problem, or maybe something went wrong halfway through, don't cut that part out. Leave it in your video and try to hook the audience in, because that's going to give the audience another reason to stay, and that's exactly what you want. I tried to do that in this video over here, but it didn't really turn out too well. Maybe it can do better for you. Mr. Beast. Give the viewers exactly what they're looking for within the first 5 seconds of the video. With the rise of short form content, we as viewers just like you who's watching this video, we get bored really fast. So if you click on this video expecting the ultimate guide to creating viral content on YouTube from successful YouTubers, that has to be exactly what you get from the start of your video right till the end. Alright, next up we got Paddy Galloway. Have a killer intro and title, something that really hits hard. Titles like The Man Who Broke YouTube, How I Made Over $20,000 as a Student, Starting My Own Business. These are intros that could really draw in a lot of attention and could help you win the click. And killer intros could go something like this. What if I told you that this dumbass over here made over $20,000 starting his own business? You wouldn't believe me, right? Well, here's how we did it. Next up is one of the nicest and the friendliest person in the world. His name is Trayhan. As humans, we crave real emotions and conversations. If there is something that you really do feel strongly about, for example, you went through a breakup that sent you into like a state of depression, and if you want to make a video about that, you want to show those emotions in your video because it's coming from a place of vulnerability and authenticity. These are things that people really do pick up on, and the amazing part about this is that people would be able to empathize with you, they can relate to you, and some of them may even share their personal experiences going through something similar, which is exactly what happened in this video if you want to go check it out. Up next is one of the most strategic tech YouTubers in the world. His name is MrWhosetheboss. So in YouTube Studio, there is this thing called the viewer retention graph, and in his interview with Abdaal, it's so interesting because he uses this graph to kind of improve and tweak his videos. So for example, if there's any dips in his viewer retention graph, he would play that part back to find out the reason why people would click off or would skip ahead. And yeah, you kind of try and prevent that in future videos, and over time these kind of accumulate, and yeah, now he basically has a super well optimized YouTube videos time and time again, and that's why he's so freaking good at what he does. Another thing that MrWhosetheboss does is that he scripts his videos super heavily. He tries really hard to optimize his videos as much as he can to keep viewers watching. So as a result, he's super intentional with the words that he uses. And yeah, that kind of helps to keep people sticking around for longer, and if that isn't dedication, I don't know what is. Next is one of the most influential person in my life personally. His name is Garyvee, and he says give value for free and ask for nothing in return. So whenever you plan a YouTube video or you're generating a new YouTube video idea, maybe you can try and think, what kind of value does this video provide the audience? What can the viewers who's watching this video gain from this? Because people would be more enticed to watch your video and stay because, they're learning something from it, and it's going to improve their lives in a certain way, or maybe you're talking about a topic that they're passionate about or something that they're just genuinely interested in. So when you're making your next video, try and think if this video is providing value to the audience, and is the value that you are providing through your video strong enough for people to choose to watch your video over the rest. Next up, we have one of the biggest self-improvement and productivity YouTubers. He's super intentional with the things that he does with his life, and he greatly impacted my life in a certain way. For the better or for the worse, I don't really know because he made me overthink a lot, but his name is Abdaal. Yes, and he says create a system for making YouTube videos. Meaning if possible, try and create a step-by-step checklist of how you want to make your type of videos. If you have a system written down, every time you decide that you want to make another YouTube video, all you have to do is just look at the list again and just start executing things out one by one. And just like that, boom, you have another video and another one and another one and another one. So personally, I have a 7-step system to make a YouTube video. It's going to be planning, scripting, filming, editing, polishing, title and thumbnail, and upload. Alright, next up we have one of the biggest tech YouTubers. We got MKBHD or Marques Brownlee. And yeah, he says if you want your videos to blow up on YouTube, you need to actually post and be consistent. And how do you keep yourself consistently posting on YouTube? Number one, you gotta make videos about topics that you're genuinely passionate about. And that could literally be anything, it could be like tech, self-improvement, gaming, productivity, mental health, baking, whatever it is. You want to write that down and expand on it and try to create your own video ideas through those topics. And secondly, to stay consistent posting on YouTube, you want to try and be a video nerd. So things like camera gear, audio, lighting, video editing, storytelling, shot composition, all these are factors that could lead to a really high quality video. And it's a lot to learn, you know, it gets super overwhelming over time. But personally, the more videos I make, the more I kind of start to have an appreciation over how all these different things kind of come together to create a high quality video. And that's going to separate you from the average content creator, you know. It's going to make creating videos just a little bit less intimidating because it's something that you might genuinely be interested in, you know, something that you have an appreciation for. So a part of you does want to keep making videos, and that is how you stay consistent posting on YouTube. And lastly, here's a tip from someone who's trying really hard to be a YouTuber. That's me. Personally, I think being a YouTuber is the coolest job in the world, and I think there's so much potential out there because TV is basically dead, you know. People like us, we are shifting our attention to things like TikTok, YouTube, and streaming platforms like Netflix and things like that. So personally, I think that there's so much internet money to be made. People like Whosetheboss, you know, he went from being worth nothing to $77 million in the span of 2 months because he's just gaining so much attention. So all you need to do is just crack the code once, and once you're in, you're basically in. And by that I mean, you know, getting monetized on YouTube, so 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. So I personally think that it's 100% worth the shot to join the creator economy. So basically what I'm trying to get at is that, you know, this YouTube game isn't easy, you know. Most people probably wants to be a YouTuber, and you know, the competition is getting tougher and tougher every single day. The quality of YouTube videos are becoming more and more cinematic. Extremely talented storytellers are on this platform competing for the same audience as you. So it's not easy, you know, but the risk you are taking from not pursuing your dream is far greater than the one you're taking to make that dream come true. So it's not impossible, you know. I've seen smaller channels with 10 to 20k subs make a couple $1,000s a month from the YouTube channels. So you don't have to be the next MrBeast, you just have to be another content creator, you know. You just have to be just another YouTuber. That's basically enough. So if you're watching this, you know, don't give up. You know, the internet is taking over the world. The demand for content has never been higher, and soon these big YouTubers are going to start to retire, you know, because they're getting old. And you know, there's going to be a new wave of content creators coming up, and I want to be part of that new wave. And you probably do too if you're watching this video. So I wish you all the best, good luck, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care and peace.